New from Vinegar Syndrome is 1970s Mark of the Devil, which comes in one of those slipcases within a slipcase, and it's also on 4K, which looks rather good in my eyes in this one. This 1970 movie is the kind of beginnings of torture porn, I would say, because it's a movie that focuses on witch trials in the 1700s in Austria. You kind of follow two people here. We've got Lord Chamberlain, played by Herbert Lom, and you have his apprentice, Christian, played by Udo Kier, who arrives in a small town to find that someone has been kind of running amok and just burning people, claiming them to be witches, because they've went drunk with power. And he is hoping that Lord Chamberlain will come in and bring some order to it and really catch the proper witches. And for the most part, it says at the start, this is based on real tales of things that had happened, and tortures that were put upon people.
Confess that you've been guilty of witchcraft.
And it is a bleak, dark, horrifying movie. It is one that has no positives going to it at all. You see people brutalised on whims, just because feelings, not really facts, driving this one, and you get to see the bloody torture. Although it does look rather fake, it doesn't kind of rob the movie of any of its power.
For those who turn against our Saviour, no punishment is sufficient.
Seeing some of the torturous devices used on people, simply because watching people being brutalised and beaten, forced into committing that they are in league with the devil to stop the barrage of pain, can be something that's rather daunting. It's not a movie you're going to sit down to watch on an easy Sunday afternoon and enjoy. This is a hard-hitting, tough film. The brutality is all the way through it. The constant tension that's there of people just living their lives on a knife's edge, where someone could just pluck them at a moment and say witch and do some unspeakable acts of terror to them.
This person stands condemned for committing blasphemy before the Holy Sacrament and having illicit intercourse with the devil.
There is also a strong thematic of the abuse of power, the use that man takes these kind of things, rationalises what they're doing, but ultimately the thoughts behind it are all self-sustaining, or getting rich quick, or gaining power. There's never a real kind of justice behind what they're doing. There's always kind of some kind of covert reason, which they use the church as the kind of brandishing for doing this. It is tough to watch. Herbert Lom is rather good as a man who is very stoic, who's always looking at his feelings and a little bit of facts sometimes, but damning people and working a kind of side angle at certain points. But the film kind of rests on Udo Kier's shoulders as someone who's followed this man, who's done everything he has to do, and is suddenly realising the fallible nature of this person that he'd put so high on a pedestal. And it's watching that kind of destruction of an idea as it crumbles under the weight of the truths that he's seeing. He starts to understand things are not as simple as he first thought, and people are just nasty for the sake of being nasty, because they enjoy the sadistic nature of being that way. Mark of the Devil is a good movie. It's well shot, it's got great production standards, it's got good performances, it's got horrible moments of gore and terror, and it's intense. For a movie that came out in 1970, it's still a tough watch, because there's no shining light in this at all. It's a glooming cloud of darkness that can never escape. It's all encompassing. Mark of the Devil, good movie. It's not one I'm going to watch a lot, because it is tough. There's no enjoyment to be had here, just horror, terror by the bucketful. I would love to know your thoughts on Mark of the Devil, whether you love it, hate it, fall somewhere in the middle. Your idea of this being like a kind of precursor to the torture porn movies of the early noughties. Am I way off mark? Well, let me know in the comment box below. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.